I love Breath of the Wild. A lot of people love Breath of the Wild. Like a lot of them.
Google search, Google Chrome pane, selection delete.
I also really love and feel extremely nostalgic about Ocarina of Time. Turns out a lot of people really love and feel extremely nostalgic about Ocarina of Time also. And Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker, and Link's Awakening. You can see the issue here. Nintendo is highly incentivized to keep throwing re-releases at us. It's low cost and effort for maximum return. Sweaty board members are sitting around the table losing their minds just hearing that phrase. They'd be financially irresponsible to not mama bird us the same old chewed up and spit back out games. Nintendo sees these sales numbers, and they're probably imagining all their customers as being nostalgia-drunk freakos.
Sheer ravishing elation.
When in reality, for a lot of us, paying $60 for HD graphics on a decade-old game is more like this. Zelda fans can be split on the value of repurchasing these HD versions of games, but most people, even non-Zelda fans, agree that Breath of the Wild was an extremely good game. That is an absurdly high Metacritic. That's like how Democrats feel about Obama. So whenever a Nintendo Direct comes around, me and a whole lot of other people are like this.
You saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to share right now.
Breath of the Wild 2 got announced in 2019. It had been 2 years since we'd heard news. Then who shows up in the Nintendo Direct? The creator of Zelda. Breath of the Wild news is coming. I was thinking it, you were probably thinking it, and Nintendo also thought that we were all thinking it. Then they come out with the, yo, I'm just here to say that we ain't got news, bro. If you're gonna say that you don't have news, then just don't have news. Why did you have him come out just so that we could be extra disappointed? It's like watching Attack on Titan. You get your hopes up just so that they could be crushed. And that's the point of getting your hopes up, is for an especially extra crushing feeling of despair.
I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to share right now.
Then comes along the June 15th, 2021 Nintendo Direct. Aonuma comes on and hits us with not the Breath of the Wild sequel news, but you guessed it, an HD version of a game that came out a decade ago. I wonder if at this point they just factor into their earnings analysis that they're going to resell the game even before it comes out. Wait a second, what is this thing? A way to resell a game that came out in 1986? I would love to have seen the pitch meeting for this thing. Hey, we need you to generate more revenue off the Zelda IP. Yeah, we're making a game in the series. It's gonna be... Yeah, nope, we need you to generate revenue with the IP within the next quarter. We could resell the original Zelda for like $20? Nope, we need more. Okay, $50 for 2 games made in the 80s, but they also get Link's Awakening and a Link reskin of a game my 6-year-old could program in today's age. Yeah, that checks out. Now go get back to work on the Breath of the Wild sequel. Yo! Okay, here we go! After this Zelda Game & Watch announcement, we finally got it. The Breath of the Wild sequel gameplay reveal. I'm not gonna lie, the game looks awesome. I'm personally a huge fan of cinematic wide shots and trailers. They showed some hints about getting a Cyberpunk 2077 arm. Some new powers to use to get around, and most importantly, the exploration of the skies. This was the vision for Skyward Sword that they simply could not fulfill. It looks amazing. Flamethrower arm and a freaky looking worm beast? Yikes! That's horrifying and awesome. And then there is the way they did my girl Zelda. I'm not gonna lie, seemed a bit on the tone-deaf side. Let's recall the end of Breath of the Wild. Like, you just saved Zelda. She's talking about all the different things that we need to do. Like, all the steps that we need to take. And then the start of the next game, you're like, you know, forget all that. Into a pit. It's just me. There's no we. It's me. It's just me. Maybe it's just a misdirect, and after falling into the pit, she uses her magic and just climbs right back out, and we can have some continuation of Link and Zelda's character growth. Or maybe we're just back to square one, with Zelda chucked into a pit and we're flying solo. If that's the case, this is how the trailer really should have gone. Anyway, game is looking great. Love those cinematic wide shots. Love Link's free-flowing locks. I can't wait to play the game this year. Wait, what is this? Wait, what is this announcement?
ゼルダの伝説シリーズプロデューサーの青沼です。開発にもう少しお時間をいただきたく、発売を2023年春に変更させていただきたいと思います。
Yeah!